and motherfucking girls, you are tuned into an episode of Cannabis and Coffee. This is the most excited I've been about a fucking interview in a long ass time. Not only is this gentleman from the 618, but this young man has done great things already. And I'm not going your way, but just know that he played on my favorite team, and he also is playing on my favorite team now, and that's the Cannabis team. Shout out to young man Vincent Valentine of Formvtion. We're sitting down with him today, and I'm super excited about the product. I can't wait to tell y'all how I feel about the product, and can't wait to hear how he came up and how the company came to fruition. But before I do that, I'm going to give a shout out to my boy over at Terps Lab, TL guy. Go find him on Instagram. We're going to smoke this today while I'm sitting down with my boy Vince. So I'm super excited. I know you're excited because guess what? Motherfucker, it's all love here. It's all motherfucking love. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it started. I'm back with Vincent right after this video. Holy shit, it really took me that long to open up this packaging. Oh, I gotta let y'all know. Yeah, start unwrapping packaging before you go live on air. Shout out to Mad Terp Labs. Vince, how are you doing, man?
What's good, family? I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fucking great, bro. I've been waiting for this interview since the day I met you, man. And we chopped it up at the Canna Chef Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
You gave me that cream. I was actually in some fucking discomfort, having a slight gout flare up because I was like under a lot of like pressure, and I ain't even gonna say stress, but I was just under a lot of pressure, you know, because pressure make diamonds.
100%.
And I was under that pressure, and this pain cream actually really helped me tremendously. And I loved it so much. I told my dad about it, and I told him, you need to go get you some of this cream. I was going to send you mine, but you need to go get you some of this cream.
That's love, man. That's love.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Vince Valentine to the podcast. Now, do you normally go by Vince or Vincent?
You can call me
Which
Vince.
do you prefer?
Man, everybody, I got so many different names. Big V, Vince, V. You know, I'm cool with whatever, though. You can definitely call me Vince.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vince, so we came from the same neck of the woods, man. That surprised the hell out of me when you told me that you were from the 618. From Edwardsville. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually, so the crazy thing about that is, I'm actually from a small city called Madison, Illinois, which is
right next to East St.
Right next to East St. Louis. Bro, yeah. I grew up playing football for the JJK Flames.
Damn,
so I played when I first started playing football, that's who I played for.
Nice. So, I played for JJK in Little League too. That's crazy, man. Yeah. When it wasn't Centerville Tigers, I was playing for JJK.
Yep. So
yeah,
you know, we grew up right in the same neck of the woods, man. But I actually I went to Edwardsville for high school because Madison actually didn't have a football team. So I didn't have if I wasn't able to transfer to Edwardsville and get a legal guardianship to stay with my uncle, then I wouldn't even have been playing football. I wouldn't have made it to college. I wouldn't have made it to the pros. None of that. So,
What I ask you, like, how were you able to live in Madison and then go to over to Edwardsville? You had
yeah.
to you
So,
had to live it up.
yeah. So actually, so I got a legal guardianship to live with my uncle, but I was actually still living down in Madison. So what was happening was I was waking up like 5 o'clock in the morning and catching a city bus to Edwardsville. It was about an hour trip every morning.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it was a grind for sure, but it was worth it. It turned out exactly
Yeah.
as supposed to. So
It paid off. It definitely paid off. That's tight as fuck, man. That's why I was like, yo, when I sit down with this man, I can't wait to, talk and chop it up to find out like how did your path go from Edwardsville, Madison, like the 618
mhm,
to going to college and then making it to the NFL. You know, a lot of people that's something that some people spend their whole life dreaming of. And then after your stint in the NFL, you're creating companies that
mhm,
are helping people.
mhm.
You know, and
Yep.
so that's one of the thing that I was like, yo, I gotta touch base and I gotta find out how did you come about this path. So start me off. You went to Edwardsville. You obviously graduated from there. Where
Mhm.
did you end up going to college?
So after Edwardsville, I had actually a few scholarships. I actually got my first scholarship when I was a sophomore in high school, and it was the University of Wisconsin.
Mm,
And by the time my senior year came around, I had about 30 offers from colleges around the country. And so I ended up picking between the University of Illinois, the University of Nebraska, and the University of Florida. And my first option, I really wanted to go to Florida so bad because
yeah,
years, man, the tradition, just living in
everybody
Florida.
going out to Florida and
Yeah. So I went out there and visited, but man, it just didn't. It was amazing on my visit, but it just felt like it was a little bit too far from home. And
mm,
then I went to the University of Illinois and visited, and that was amazing as well. But the whole foundation of the program just wasn't stable enough for me. And so
okay,
I ended up choosing the University of Nebraska. It had the combination of close enough from home, and the feeling that I got from there with the coaches and the team, and just the whole
it was like a perfect fit for
experience.
you.
Yeah, it was a perfect fit. Yep. So ended up going to University of Nebraska, and man, it was a great choice. It disappointed a lot of people because I'm an Illinois boy, so everybody wanted me to
Yeah,
stay at home. But
everybody probably wanted you to be at U of I. That
yeah,
way we could go on up to Champaign.
yeah,
And yeah, yeah. I went on a visit there too, man. That shit, that campus was so beautiful. That's why I was like, why wouldn't you choose Illinois?
no, for
But it
real.
makes sense that you would wanted to get away from home far enough, but not too far.
Yep,
And then obviously stability within a program is a necessity as well. Like if the coaching and all that stuff not there, you're not gonna have the best career, which means you probably not gonna make it to that next level.
exactly.
And so like I see where your head was and your mindset and your decision choice and was, so that's like perfect. How was being on campus in Nebraska?
Man, so they show mad love on campus. Everybody take Nebraska football as it's almost like a religion. In Texas how they have like they're super just they born into the sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Uh, it is kind of the same with Nebraska. So they don't have any professional teams. So they love their college. They love their football. So
yeah,
everybody shows love. Um, Campus life is cool. We party. We had a good time. The academics were good, and so I feel like overall it was just the ultimate combination of everything. And I enjoyed my time. I'm gonna always have love for Nebraska.
yeah.
Haven't been back to a game yet, but I'm working on getting there soon. But yeah, man, I
How did
love.
they do this season?
Man, we was solid, but our record don't show that. Man, we only won 3
Oh,
games,
okay.
but we played a tough schedule, and we probably lost a lot of games by like
That was
3
close.
to 7 points. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah.
That's tough, and that come back down to discipline and making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I definitely understand that. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Did you do 3 or 4 years at Nebraska?
So I ended up doing 4. I redshirted my first year, and then I did
Okay.
3, and so I came out as a redshirt junior. But I actually ended up graduating in 3.5 years. My major,
Hey,
my major was sociology. So I'm
fuck
really,
yeah, man.
yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
Let me give you a clap, bro.
I appreciate it.
Because a lot of motherfuckers think like, oh, he went to the league. Did he get a degree or did
Mm-hmm.
he, just use that? It's like, yo, you knocked that shit out in 3.5.
Yep. I
Let me get that.
sacrificed all my summertime. I stayed at the campus and did my summer classes, and
That
just
was smart.
yeah. So it ended up working out for me for sure.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2015.
Now that was high school or college, right?
Oh, college.
Or
I
college.
graduated
That was
high school
college.
in 20. Yeah, college.
So
Mm-hmm.
what year did you graduate high school?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
what's up, man. Congratulations, G. I mean, like, that's definitely a lot of people it's not rare, but it's tight when you cross somebody from your same neck of the woods that out doing successful as well. And let alone, seeing another black successful man out there doing
Well,
it, and it's
yeah,
like, yo, I love this shit, man. I
man.
fucking love this shit.
And it was crazy because
Um,
when I met you at the cannabis event, I'm like,
mhm.
man, it was just something that was like resonating. I'm like, and then I kept hearing them say East St. Louis. They say East St. Louis again. I'm like, East St. Louis. I definitely got to tap in with my guy. Like we
Yes,
from the state.
sir.
We got. So I'm like, man, I love seeing black men, especially from our area, getting out the mud, and we got to go through so much to live a successful life, and it's just amazing to see, bro. So I got to give my roses to you too for holding it down.
I appreciate it, man. I
Mhm.
appreciate it. I mean, like you, I'm pretty sure you're doing it for more than just yourself. Like you got a family that you're doing it for, and that you trying to build generational wealth for, and that's been my thing. Like I know I'm gonna have kids one day, and I know like I'm working on building something that's gonna be for grandkids and those kids, and like great grandkids. I'm building something that my family will be able to have and we'll be able to harness for generations to come.
Yep.
So I definitely appreciate everybody who collectively helped build this vision, and people who hop on the podcast and offer me a chance to us to share each other's platform. Because it's not just like cannabis and coffee with LaTosque. It's cannabis and coffee with LaTosque featuring Vince Valentine.
Oh, yeah.
Like this
Mhm.
cannabis and coffee with LaTosque featuring Groom or Weed Maps. Like all these people that I've talked to and been able to do these interviews and connections with, our communities are now joined together. And that's the beautiful thing about it, and like with us being from the same spot, back home, this is even more powerful for me because it's like, yo, this man is out here, he know the grind, he know like where I done came from, like we both done came from the same, place. So we done seen the same streets. Like you could tell somebody something and they still wouldn't visualize it. I mean,
No.
even if they see the picture, they wouldn't visualize it. But if they lived it, that's when they could like, oh shit. That's
Yep.
when they feel it differently. So that's why I was like, yo, definitely let's make this shit happen. How
Mhm.
did you get drafted?
So I'll start back from when I actually declared for the draft. Um, I was
Please.
coming, I was coming off a rough year. I had dealt with a couple injuries, and
Okay.
and people were advising me not to come out actually because I had another year left in college.
Right, because you're
But
a red shirt junior.
Richard Jr. Yep. And
But you
so
already had your degree, right?
I already had my degree. our coach the coach that I got recruited by, coming out of high school. He actually got fired the year before my redshirt junior year. So we had a new coach, and then it really wasn't a great fit for me. Like I feel like it was a huge culture shift,
And it
and I
was
feel
time
like
for you to do.
I feel like it was time for me to go. So I just went out on faith and really was just like, man, let me just show them that I can play on the next level. So I ended up declaring, regardless of what anybody else told me. Even I got a grade back from the NFL that told me that I probably would go undrafted, but I was like, I'm gonna step out on faith. So
you got faith on yourself.
exactly. So went out to Phoenix. Actually, I came out here and trained at Exos for a few months. Went to the combine. Had a pretty solid combine performance. And I think that actually, showed teams that what I was capable of. I was a little bit more athletic than maybe they had thought that I was.
Visions,
Yeah, and so the actual day of the draft day came up, and I'm nervous. I'm seeing a couple guys get drafted the first day, and nothing's really happened to me. But I really didn't expect to go the first day. So the second day roll around, see a couple more of my teammates go off the board.
Now, who were some of your teammates that went the same year as you that went before you? Like, and not like, I'm just saying because like I know like some people probably felt like anxious about it or something like that, but like obviously you were excited. You like happy that these guys, as well as being anxious, like, hey, shit, like why my name ain't get called yet, but as well as like, yo, we grinded together. Like I done seen this motherfucker sweat, cry, and tears over, over this game. So I'm happy for them. They seeing their dreams realizing. It's like it's gonna happen to you as well. So like, what are some of the names that went before you that played on the same team?
Yeah, so my boy actually, his name Malik Collins. He got drafted to Dallas. He actually got drafted like maybe like 10 or so picks before me. I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, man, this is one of my closest friends, and we still boys to this day. And he came in a year actually after me, so he was a true junior.
Yeah.
He left early as well, but man, just we pushed each other every day in practice. We grinded with each other. And we
Shout
really
out to Collins.
we went to war with each other, man. And so just seeing him get drafted, and I thought he was actually gonna go a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But just seeing how hard he worked, and the passion that he put towards the game, man, it was just amazing to see him go a little bit before me. I think I was actually after him, so it was only one of my teammates that went.
Okay.
There was another one that went after me, but we played the same position though, so you know how that feel. We both going.
Yeah.
Man, it was crazy.
Yeah. Damn, that's what's up, man. And how was that experience on draft day? I did interrupt you. You were telling me about the second day, and so like you see him get drafted, and then what's that experience like when you get the call?
Man, so I'm actually back at home. So I'm at home with all my family. People coming in and out the house, just checking up and seeing what's going on or whatever. So you get towards the end of the third round, and I get a call from New England, and it's Bill Belichick. And he basically like, hey Vincent, how you doing? Are you he like, we're gonna take you with the 96 pick. Just get prepared, congratulations to you and your family. Get ready to work. And I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm nervous and shit because
like, do you think it's a prank or it's it's legit them?
Oh yeah, no, I know it's legit them, because then after Bill get off the phone, he put Mr. Kraft on the phone. So I started talking to Robert Kraft, and he introduced me, and then he's telling me to get ready for the media or whatever. But the things that you hear about New England, like you hear that it's a tough place to play. I knew a couple guys who actually went to New England. So I actually kind of knew firsthand. They were like, man, yeah.
So you knew somebody already in the system there?
Yep. I knew actually a couple of my teammates had actually got won a Super Bowl with them, not the year before, but not the year that I got drafted, but the year before. So when they
Okay.
beat the Seahawks. So I had a couple former teammates on that team, and so they kind of gave me a heads up, let me know, even before I was even in New England, they had told me how it was. So I kind of was already mentally prepared. But when Bill calls you and you hear his voice and you like, yeah, he ain't playing, he bought his business. Like, you got to come here ready to work. So, I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm excited, man. So,
because like you want to win and you going to like the fucking franchise like to win.
Yep, exactly. And so, that night, like when I had got the call, I ran into the bathroom because I'm like, I didn't want my family to be all loud and stuff. So I come back out after I get off the phone and I tell them like I'm going to New England. Everybody explode. It's probably like 20 people in my house. Like we go crazy. Like we go to run to the backyard and like everybody just yelling. And then we all go in the house and watch it on TV. And then so once we watch it on TV, everybody explode. People crying. People happy, smiling. Everything. We go outside, bro. I swear to you, like, it just started pouring down, raining out of nowhere. Like, it tripped me out because I'm like, yeah, this is all God. Like, ain't no way it gotta be God. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I wasn't even supposed to go this high in the draft. Like, everybody told me that I wasn't.
That's the third round, right?
Yeah, third round.
96 was the third round.
Yep. And they told me I was going undrafted. So I'm like, man, my family, I'm excited. It's raining. Everybody just coming out of the woodworks, running down the street like, yeah, let's go. So it was amazing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'll never forget that moment ever. That's probably the most special moment, even more special than winning a ring. Because it's like you see everything come full circle. All the years of hard work, dedication, the grinding, sacrifice, the dedication, all of that. Like, it all came to that one moment, and it's like, wow,
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Yep.
And speaking of that special moment, talking about special moments, I do want to bring up the program that you were doing with the philanthropy, the purchases, and the sports academy.
Yeah,
because that you being able to do that and offer that to those kids in those programs gives them the opportunity to continue their dream, to have, the potential opportunity to have that special moment that you had, and thank you. I would like for you to speak a little more on the sports academy.
Oh yeah, for
If you
sure.
could touch on that for me.
For sure. So actually, growing up, man, I grew up like we've been discussing. I grew up in the Metro St. Louis area. It's a rough area to grow up in. Not even Madison, Madison, East St. Louis, Brooklyn, all of those areas, man. St. Louis, like
Centerville, Cahokia.
Yeah, man, Cahokia, all of that, man. So it's a rough area. So we have a lot of talent, a lot of people with potential, man. But
a lot of potential, man.
Yeah, but it's unrealized because of the environment that we grew up in. It's a lot of violence, a lot of distractions, a lot of things that'll get your mind off the bigger picture. And so as I grew up. Yeah, as I grew up, bro, I saw that from a young age. I saw people, that weren't able to really, realize their potential. I saw people fall victim to the streets. I saw people fall victim, to gun violence and drugs, and it was disheartening, man. But I saw more. I saw more for my people, and I saw more for myself, and I'm like, man, when I make it out, like, I have to come back. I have to get back to the youth. And the youth just hold a special place in my heart because they are moldable. They're able to be they're able to be groomed. They're able to still be impressed upon. But when
Yeah.
when you get a little bit older, you kind of more set into your ways and how you go about life. But the youth, they still have a fighting chance. And so the biggest thing for me was, being able to come back and tap into their hearts and their minds and show them something different. And
Yeah.
so I came up with this vision when I was about, I would say, 12 or 13 years old. So I was still considered a youth when this like vision came into my mind and my heart. And then as I made it to the NFL, I had a coach who actually, helped me out. He actually was able to bring me to Edwardsville so that I was able to play football. We partnered together and we formed the V2 Sports Academy, which is a year round elite program that focuses on the underserved and underprivileged communities around the country to from ages 8 to 18. And we have 5 pillars, which is athletic, academic, community service, um, personal development, and career development. And these are our pillars that we focus on in our program. And so we want to be the best in everyone. And
Yeah.
so we provide, tutoring, we provide coaching in whatever sports you participate in. And we don't just focus on football. We've had soccer camps, we've had volleyball camps, we've had basketball camps, and
Okay.
we plan to have more. But obviously, our focus will be football.
Yeah.
Um,
And how often? I'm sorry.
Oh, so yeah, so we do. We prepare the students for like SATs and ACT prep.
Okay.
Get them
So
exposure.
this is a year round.
Yeah. So we get them exposure to colleges, and it's a program that we can implement in different places around the country. And so right now, we have a setup. We only have a couple students in our program, but we're focused on raising money so we can bring more students in to be able to provide this service to them.
Yeah,
Um,
and it will happen.
yeah,
It
for
will
sure,
happen.
100%. But
Yes, sir.
it's a challenging program. We want to make sure that we show the kids the discipline and the toughness that they need, but also show them the love and the guidance that they need and give them knowledge they need to to succeed.
Yeah.
Because obviously, as black men, and not that we only focus on black men, but black men specifically, sometimes, the black boys, we grow up with no fathers, we grow up with no male influences. So we have to, bring that male influence into their life if they lack it.
Yeah.
And so just giving them a challenging environment, putting them around masculine energy.
Or, in like some families, like even those who did have the 2-parent household, most of the time parents was working. Like they
Hmm.
had to work a job or 2 jobs, they didn't have their own company, a lot of them didn't have their own companies and stuff,
Hmm.
but I'm not gonna say every, black person in our city ain't had a company. It was like a lot
Yeah.
of business owners and stuff.
Hmm.
And like even my family, I had some business owners, but it was like most parents were working 2, 3 jobs,
Hmm.
grinding, so the kids, that's how a lot of people ended up in the streets, and not making no excuses for nobody or anything. It's all about having mental mindfulness and just choosing. Life is about choices. And
100%.
so yeah, that definitely is what I was like trying to get to.
Yeah, man. The program is amazing, man. And it's kind of like in the same um it's the same, we're implementing the same program that I used when I was coming up. So I actually went through a program like this in
Okay,
from middle school to high school. Not every single year, but I did the
like a
college bus tour
mentorship program.
mentorship program. I did the college bus tours that we want to implement. I did the college camps, where I gained a couple scholarships from going to these different camps. And
Mm.
so it's very beneficial, and I'm excited, to continue to expand my brand and partner with different, places and continue to serve the youth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where all can this be found? Like, are you sold at any physical locations in the valley right now or across the country?
So right now we just online. Right now we working on getting into stores, but right now we on online Formvtion.com. But instead of the A, it's a V in the middle. So vformation.com.
Oh, my bad.
No, you
Hold
good?
up, I got it right here. I got it right there. That's where y'all can find it.
Yep, exactly. And you won't be disappointed, man. This
Listen,
is
I'm
CBD
putting it
cream.
on right now. I'm putting it
I
on
got
right now.
I got me a bottle. I gotta,
Man, I'm
yeah.
telling you, this cream works wonders, man. This cream works wonders, and it smells great.
Muscle joint, any type of pain. I can break it down for you a little bit. Just what the
Please.
is. Yeah. So we have a proprietary herbal blend that we use in the cream, as well as camphor and menthol, which are
Okay.
which is the cooling effect that you get. You get a cooling effect after you put it on, and then you get you have turmeric, ginger, um, and essential oils that
Yeah.
are actually in the product, which gives it a nice smell and works on the basically on the inflammation that you have in your body. So it's anti-inflammatory. It has
Man.
500 milligrams of CBD in it, and then it also has Indian frankincense, which also works towards the inflammation. Um, we
What was that
actually
last one?
Indian frankincense.
What is that?
It's basically a herb from a tree, and
Okay.
it works for inflammation as well in your body. So
See, and that's what I love, man, because having gout, if I have a flare up, man, I have inflammation right there in that joint so bad.
mhm.
And I'm telling you, man, you have stressful moments that you had on flare ups or shit. Be like, man, what the fuck is going on? That's why I try not to stress, you know. Sometimes
Mhm.
motherfuckers be stupid.
No, for sure.
So so you go there, you be like, yo, this motherfucker's really this dumb. I'm like, man, like what the fuck?
Yeah, it be
But
like that for sure.
man, and but yeah, I try to keep the stress down. You know, Bruce Lee had this saying called "Be water." You know,
Hmm.
and it's just I try to use that. You know that and by the fact, you know, just being mindful at all times. You know, just noting like everybody that's having a fucked up day ain't having a fucked up day because of you, and vice versa. You
Hmm.
know, so just take case by case. You know,
100%, 100%. And
so
actually, this product, I wanted to just tell you, it
uh-huh,
works for anxiety too. So if you have any type of anxiety, you stressed out, take a couple dabs, rub it on your temple, and I
uh-huh.
promise you, it calms you down. Like,
Just do that.
yeah, just rub it on your
Let's do
temples,
that. Let's
and
let's let's do that. And
yeah,
then
and then, and then if you have an insomnia, you can rub a little bit across your forehead.
yeah,
You're gonna sleep like a baby. I'm telling you, you're gonna be knocked out.
really.
Yeah, you probably won't even be able to keep
I
your
ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna fuck around and I'm gonna fuck around and try that tonight.
eyes. I'm telling you, you're gonna
I
sleep
fell asleep
good.
last night off of edible, but tonight I'm gonna fall asleep off formation.
You can fall asleep on both for real. Take the edible and then rub it in. I'm telling you, you're gonna be floating.
Yeah, man. So how I, I could sit here and talk to you about the NFL all day or whatever, but I just need to know more about you and how you go from the league to creating the cream.
Hmm. So it's actually a funny story. So it's not really too much funny, but everything worked exactly how it was supposed to.
Hmm.
So as when I first got into the league, and even before the league, I'd always, use different, products to help with the pain that I experienced. Being a former athlete, I've been dealing with pain since I started playing football, and
But
so
a lot of the options were only, pharmaceuticals and shit.
yep.
So
Nobody really knew about CBD like that when I was growing up.
right.
So, I wasn't exposed to that. When I was in high school, all I really had to do was, throw some ice on it. You know how the coaches be like,
Yeah, you'll
throw
be all
some
right.
ice on
Take
the
an ice bath.
ice and still, you know what I'm saying? so we just used to do the ice thing. And then I
Yeah,
went to college and I started learning about a little different type of creams, the arnica cream, the icy hot or whatever
yeah.
that I would use. But I still really wasn't exposed to CBD until probably I actually got into the league. And so,
Oh, they were using CBD creams in the league.
well, they weren't giving it to us like in the training room or anything. It was
Yeah,
more, we had to do it on our own. But
yeah.
I'm looking for any type of advantage I can get to restore my body and be back at, full strength. So,
Yeah.
you know, I
And
looked at
see, this whole time I thought the league was like treating CBD as like THC.
oh,
So
so they kind of do like they really just kind of laxed on it. They don't know they don't really allow you to promote it or
yeah.
player, but you can take it now and not have an issue,
Okay.
especially if you have the right products and there's no THC in it.
Yeah.
But the way that they have the NFL rules set up now, you only get tested. You have a week span of where you get tested, and so
Oh, they ain't dropping
they
like they used to do Josh
uh,
Gordon.
they not no they not. So it's a little bit more laxed. But
Right.
when I was playing, this actually just started this past year. So
Okay.
but when I was playing, I was just like, man, I need to find a way to get a competitive advantage to restore my body. And so I looked into CBD and THC creams, and
Okay.
those did wonders for me. And so I got injured a few times, while I was playing. I hurt my back.
What? How serious were they?
It was pretty serious. I hurt my spine. I have spinal stenosis, so I'm gonna have to live
Oh,
with this. It's a narrowing of my spinal canal, and so
yeah.
I experience pain from my from my waist down, basically daily.
Oh,
I have
wow.
pain. I get numbness in my legs or whatever, and then I've taken so many hits. My joints are all crazy. My knees, my ankles, all that. So. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, once I got done playing ball, I'm like, man, I need to figure out a way to really deal with this daily pain I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
And I just gravitated to CBD. Like I felt like it was really a pull to CBD, and because I knew the powers of it, and I was actually as well as using the cream, I was using tincture. I was using CBD oil, and that was like a miracle worker for me. And so I ended up, I was reaching out to my network trying to figure out, how I can get this started. And I ended up meeting this guy, and we connected, and then he connected me with, a scientist or a chemist, and we formulated the product together as well. And man, it was just like, here it is. And once I
Yeah.
used the product, and it was just like, I know this is it right here. You know what I'm saying? It can't be much better than this. And so
Man. And
it
this
was
show
really
is fast acting too.
yep. Because it has an
Mm.
accelerated enhancer, and it basically penetrates your skin as soon as you put it on. And so yeah, man, it's the real deal for sure. And it's very it's very close to me because it just resonates with me. I play football.
Hmm.
I would know what a real CBD cream feels like and how it works, and because it's a lot of product out here that don't really do what it say it's supposed to do, and so
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that my product did exactly what it was supposed to do and more, and so we were able to achieve that, and being a former athlete, I feel like people should put trust into me because I put my body on the line for my job
Yeah.
and understand what it takes. So
Definitely put your body on the line.
hmm
And I did lie. I do got one more question
Oh yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
league. I got one more question about the league because you played in one of my all-time favorite Super Bowls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about this 28-3 comeback.
Man, so bro, I remember going into, and it's crazy because I actually got hurt. So one of my injuries, my back
Mm-hmm.
injury I told you about, I tweaked it like 3 times my rookie year, and I
Oh
wasn't even
wow.
supposed to play that season, but I was like, man, I just felt how special the season was going to be, and I felt the camaraderie of the team. You know, the energy
Yeah.
was just crazy around us, and I'm like, man, I can't miss out on this opportunity. So I'm like,
Yeah.
pushing through, and so I came back. I tweaked my back a couple times, but I actually tweaked my back the week of the Super Bowl, and I felt like I was about to
Oh
be paralyzed, bro. I'm telling you, like it was the worst pain I've
man.
experienced in my life. But I pushed through and I was able to actually, play in the Super Bowl. But going into the Super Bowl, man, it was just this electric feeling just around the stadium. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy. Like I knew it was gonna be a great game. And we came out, I felt like it was going good, but then they just got to smacking us, and I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Man.
I'm sitting
They
on
was
the
going off
sideline
for
like,
a minute, man. I'm
bro,
like,
they just
fuck.
started going out of nowhere, and I think it was when Tom threw that pick, and I think wasn't it? I'm not 100% sure. But I think it was like a pick six, right? That Tom threw,
Yeah.
and then I'm
Oh,
like,
when
I'm like,
motherfuckers they got dumb hype.
yeah, bro, and I'm like, man, like we really like, I can't believe this is happening. Like we just worked our asses off to get here, and we really about to go down like this. And so we go into halftime. It's 28-3. Um, we in the locker room. Everybody just kind of like
What's that
real,
conversation like?
bro. Everybody like real mellow. Like, everybody real chilled out. And I'm looking around. I'm like, what they feel like? Because we got guys in our locker room, bro. That's already won 2 Super Bowls or something like that. And so
Yeah.
they've been in this.
So you don't know they move. Like you don't know
I
if
don't
they
know
like.
nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. I'm just like, I'm like a chick with my head. Cause I'm just like, what's going on? What we gonna do?
Yeah.
So Bill walked into the locker room, and he just real subtle, bro. He just real calm, and I promise I had never seen him like this the whole time I was there. He just like he comes in real calm, and he's just like, settle down, guys. Like I understand where we at. We gonna make these adjustments, and we gonna go back out there and we gonna play our ass off. So everybody kind of, I'm like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm like shocked. I'm thinking that Bill about to come in here and rip our ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, everybody is gonna be in a panic, but it's just like real calm and real subtle. And so we go back out there on the field, man, and it was just like something just switched, and we just got to turning up. And next thing you know, we right back in the game, bro. And then
Yeah,
next thing
man.
you know, we winning it. And so yeah, bro, that
That
was
was that was such a magical game to watch, man. Like
mm-hmm.
I've watched all of the Super Bowls um, that the Patriots have played, and that's why I was like, man, that that game right there in particular was such a dope game,
Yep.
and it was a crazy day too because Elon tweeted some tweak shit, and
What do you think?
he said some shit about because around that time too, there's a lot of social political movements going on,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
well, I mean, when is it not going on? Like when is the battle not going on? But um, he said Americans in the U.S. should some along the lines of I don't want to misquote him, but the tweet is out there. Americans should be grateful for like the political. I mean, like the police system that the justice system that we got out there and all of that. And I was just like, yo, like, cause like this is the same time that motherfuckers was getting off for killing black people left and right. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, you're from South Africa. like, yeah, like you've been here for a while, but like, do you know what the justice system is like for everybody across the board, or just as being this wealthy person in America?
Yeah,
You know,
man.
and you know, people. I'm glad he did respond to that. You know, but you know, people be forgetting that. You know, like once we do get to a certain level, we can't forget like not everybody still has that platform or has that voice or you know want to even I mean not want to but like has that ability to live their life without being harassed or you know stuff by or uh, bosses or other you know people who got to call shots above them and all of that stuff. So
No, that's the truth, bro. And it's sad because it's like people will see things from their viewpoint, and they don't really put themselves in other people's shoes, and it's understandable. Like you can't empathize for something that you technically never experienced, but
yeah,
how can you speak on everybody's experience? You know, everybody's experience is subjective. It depends on the environment that you grew up in. You know what I'm saying? The environment that you're in now, and so you know, and then there's a lot of things that's been set up for us to fail, and so
yeah.
it's just like, you know what I'm saying? This system has been the same for centuries. You know what I'm saying? The crazy,
Discriminatory laws still exist to this day.
bro, we still living under the same laws that were created when we were slaves. So it's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff is like, you can say what you think is right, but ultimately the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only play dumb for so long. And I feel like that's what makes me so passionate about giving back to those underserved communities, those
Yeah,
uh, those socioeconomic communities that have don't have the same opportunities and advantages as a community that is thriving. And I think that makes the emphasis even more important because those kids aren't experiencing the same education as other kids. Those kids aren't being afforded the same privileges to advance in society. And so man, it's just important, bro. It's important to, you know, when you hear things like that, it puts things in perspective, for you, and it shows you,
yeah,
this is why you do what you want to do. This is why you want to go after, what I'm saying, the goals that you set for yourself, because it's always going to be people, in America that thinks like he thinks. But with the action that we set out to, what I'm saying, to provide for the kids and the families that need it, we provide that change, and we provide that little glimmer of hope that that maybe that kid can
yeah.
grab.
They can do it.
Yep, exactly. Hmm.
Like, and what's crazy, I wish they taught like meditation and mindfulness
Bro.
in schools. Like, if they just had like a 45-minute period where it's like, yo, right here, we just want y'all to meditate, focus on what you want to happen in the future, not what you don't want. You know, like all these little things. You know, like this. I'm telling you, that'll
Bro.
change it.
That's the truth. I remember when I first tapped into meditation, bro. Um, I was one of those people that was kind of like, I can't sit here, I can't relax. Like
Yeah,
my mind starts running. But I think I actually tapped into meditation when I was in high school, bro. I've always been
see, I ain't even start that young.
yeah,
I was. If I had started meditating in high school, man, I was such a fucking man in high
but
school, man. I ain't give a fuck.
it was when I was meditating in high school. It wasn't necessarily like my own practice. I don't think I started like practicing my own meditation until I was probably about 21, 22. But in high school, we did this thing for football called the vision drill. So we did it
Mhm.
every Friday before every Friday before our games. We would go out in the middle of the field and we would lay there, and our coach would like, we would just sit there and breathe, and our coaches would tell us to visualize us, making plays in the game, visualize us having the best game, visualize our team being successful. and it was a form of meditation, and I really wasn't aware that it was meditation. But
Yeah.
it did something so profound. Like, it allowed me to see myself within the game. It allowed me to pull that vibration to myself, and for me to actually, experience that success before it actually happened, therefore manifesting it to my existence. So,
Yes, sir.
it was amazing. But when I first started practicing on my own, like, I feel like that's when things start to shift crazy, like, and I feel like I started to tap into I was able to, feel my body even more. I was able to be aware of, how my body felt, what I needed to treat, and just being able to keep my head level and be able to
Mm-hmm.
focus. It was just game changing for me, bro. And I definitely agree with you. I feel like, we need to promote meditation and mental health to our community, and not even our community, just, people in general, because no matter what color you are, we all going through shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do want to say real quick, everybody, you can find this episode and more at manifestedthis.com. That is the home of Speaking into Existence, and that's the website. While we were on the topic of manifesting and everything, I wanted to go ahead and get that out there. Vince, that is correct. This whole time, like, I was wondering where I had got the name from for my company and all that stuff. But
Mhm.
like all our lives, if you have an imagination and you used to think about what you wanted to do and, like build towards that and visualize that in your head,
Mhm.
you were working on manifesting those things in your life, especially if you started going after it and, working towards it. Because it's more than just like visualizing it, right? You got
Mhm.
to tell people, like you visualize it first, but you also got to put steps in action for the universe to throw things your way for it to happen,
100%.
and that's dope that you were able to recognize, going back that far. It was like, yo, I've had this mental tool that I can use, and it
Mhm.
helps anybody, you know,
100%. Yep.
and that's why I love talking to people about manifesting and the law of attraction and universal laws, all
Mhm.
that, man. It's really dope. So did you need the grant funding? That's what I wanted to ask. Did you need the grant funding for formation, or was this a self funded venture that you gonna?
Yeah, this was more self-funded. I put the funds that was needed to, initially get it off ground. Um, it was I was able to do that, which, wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
But, as we continue to build, obviously, marketing and all that stuff, I'm not sure what the plan is yet, but right now I'm still self-funding it, and really, just wanting to do it independently. I don't want to, have
yeah.
to, take money from anybody else to do this at this point. But, if we have to, we will, for sure.
And so the plan is to get it into like retail locations. Are you looking more like smoke shops, or are you looking to more like other retailers like Walgreens and CVS's and stuff like that, where pharmacies are?
So the biggest things that we want to look at is, I would say, different type of, gyms, different type of places where, people are going to be exercising.
Oh, you want like where the sports?
Yeah, and then I want to do, like, different type of, maybe like doctor's offices, acupuncture offices, different
Okay,
holistic places, where people would, want to get after it. I mean, I would love for, to go in like Walgreens or CVS or anything like that. Definitely want to work on those things, but I think in the
that's
beginning,
a bro.
yeah, we want to be able to get it to the athlete. We want to be able to get it to, the people who, work out, and then we want to be able to get it to the people who, who need it, who deal with anxiety, who may be older, senior citizens who, sometimes, how the senior citizens are with cannabis and all that, and they just
Yeah,
feel like everything is
some
gonna
of them
get you
still be
high.
scared.
They scared half the time, they don't want to risk it, but They need it the most, bro. Because they have so many different, ailments and different pains and aches that they, deal with daily. And so just trying to get it to them as well. And so those are the places that we really want to target right now. But also, with a plan of expanding to those bigger stores as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to know one thing about the organization. Now, is it just you, or do you got a team behind you? And if you do, describe to me, what does a day in your organization typically look like?
Yeah, so right now, honestly, it's just me, and I have my social media manager and my marketing manager, which is the same person. And we kind of just, we do what we have to do on the online side of it.
So most of it is online
Most
marketing
of
right
it
now.
is online marketing at this point, really. So it's
Nice.
kind of like, we're online, we're commenting, we're trying to get engagement into our page, and we're doing what we're, doing photo shoots, or I'm trying to get the merch together. I'm actually designing merch as well right now for the company, and so it's just kind of dealing with the ins and outs of the daily business. Making sure the money is good, make sure everything is organized. And right now it's only about 3 hours or so a day, but we're working on expanding and not necessarily bringing anybody in, but
Are you a part of like the production, or is that all handled in the lab? Like, are you out bottling these up yourself?
So I don't bottle them up, but I do like label them and everything myself. So
Okay.
and then I'm mailing them off. I do the mailing, all of that shipping. So I do everything.
So when they order this, they're gonna be like, "Yo, Vince did this. He labeled this, yo, like
Yep.
this bottle."
Yep. They got a nice, but we actually just got our boxes in, so we got a nice box for them.
Okay.
We got the whole setup now, so we solid
Nice.
for sure.
I ain't gonna lie. I know my dad. I'm gonna probably get him a bottle for Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and order my dad a bottle for Christmas. When I tell y'all it works, man. It feels good. It smells good. I didn't know it worked for anxiety. I didn't know it worked for insomnia, but I'm definitely gonna try the insomnia trick tonight. How has cannabis affected your life, man?
Man, cannabis has been a
Like,
godsend,
because
honestly.
yeah,
What you about to say?
because I was gonna say, like, coming from where we from, it was illegal all the way up until fucking what, 3-4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, bro, and it
And
got legal. And the crazy part about it is, I mean, I know we going kind of off track, but I saw a meme on Instagram, and it was talking about how like they've made over what, like 4 billion or something off of cannabis in Illinois, and we have no black owners of any dispensary.
sheesh,
Bro,
like said
crazy,
Spaz and say right there.
crazy. But
What?
it
How many billions was that?
was like 4 billion or something crazy, bro.
And not one black dispensary owner in Illinois. You ought to be a goddamn shame of yourself.
Man,
Come on,
we
man.
might have to
And
link
they
up.
got a social equity bill. That's what's crazy. They got a social equity bill in
Mhm.
Illinois
Yep,
for people who've been affected by the war on drugs in the state of Illinois.
100%. And it's
And we
still
still don't have a black owner of a dispensary.
nope. Sad. We gotta fix that, man. We might have to go ahead and link up and go ahead and do
For
something
real.
for it, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm telling you, I was talking to my uncle and I was like, bro, I really, because I know the perfect spot,
Hmm.
the riverfront, right across from Casino Queen.
Bro.
That's build a state of the art shopping complex, a nice little dispensary. Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
Let's make it happen. Let's bring let's bring because everybody in the St. Louis and metro area know where to find the best weed at, and that's in East St. Louis,
You do.
Illinois. If you're not getting it in Cali, it's in East St. And that's the truth. That's the truth.
No, but
618. Like you gonna find that kill.
no, I'm weak. But bro, yeah, cannabis has been a godsend in my life. I mean, I started smoking. Obviously, I started smoking recreational. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I was probably like a sophomore, or going into my sophomore year in college, a couple of my boys was like, "Come on, bro, let's go ahead and get high, like on some, cool."
Yeah.
And they had already smoked before. I had never smoked, and so I tried.
Wait, so you had never smoked until college?
I never smoked into college,
Wow.
bro. But then so the first
Cause
time,
that's tough coming. Yeah, like, and I know you got probably got cousins, families, all
what,
that. Just like, yo, hit the blunt, or unless they were probably encouraging you to not hit it.
bro, I sat in so many different sessions and just never smoked. Like probably was
Oh,
just
okay.
secondhand high the whole time. I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
Nobody, nobody never really ever pressured me to smoke, and
Yeah.
I was pretty solid in my sense. I really didn't want to mess with it, and
Yeah.
so
You like, I ain't gonna budge.
yeah, so nobody never. They might have offered it, but I'm like, no, I'm good. But in college, I'm like, yeah, let me try it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm in college, I'm away from my parents and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you know,
Do you
uh,
remember the first strain you smoked?
I want to say Blue Dream, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it's Blue
Man,
Dream, bro.
that
I promise.
Blue Dream was up. Man, that shit was so
Yeah.
fire when it came, started hitting everywhere. I
Bro,
was like, bro, what?
I
That Blue
promise
Dream was
you,
at 15 a gram?
man.
Yeah, let me get that.
And so, but I remember when I first smoked, though. I promise you, I was sitting in the garage, and the garage started to melt, bro. I was so scared. Like I'm like, the garage started to melt, and then I like flashed back from the day when I was a kid all the way to like that moment that I was sitting in. I ran through my whole life throughout my head, bro. It was some crazy shit. I don't know if
Wow.
I don't know if the weed was laced or whatever, but I don't think it was. I just think that's just my first experience.
Yeah.
So I end up, I'm like, bro, I need to get some air because I start tripping out. I thought I was about to miss football practice. We in the middle of the summer, bro. I'm thinking I'm about to miss football practice. So they like, my boys like, no, just chill, just chill. And we went in the house, and then we watched like fucking Blue Planet or something, like the show on Netflix. And I'm like tripping out,
You
bro. I'm
talking
like,
about like the with the ocean and stuff?
yeah, with all
Yeah.
I'm tripping out. I'm like, yo, this is the craziest shit I ever seen. But it was a dope experience, my first time. And then, from then I'm like, man, I love it. I love cannabis. And so I started using it after my games. And it
Yeah.
was really helping me to feel better, to relax my body, after all the, stress I put through.
So they weren't testing in Nebraska?
Huh? Maybe I should speak on that.
Oh, hold up. Never
But
mind. Shit. You right.
but
it,
um,
it helps
smoking, I was
with relaxing. It helps with rehabilitating the body.
all of that, bro. And just it just really eased my mind. Being in college, being in college, or just in general, you deal with stress. You deal with having to get all your work done, plus you know dealing with being your best on the field and all of that. And so it gets stressful. You know what I'm saying? So you know, um, just being able to have that to deal with to relax my body, deal with the stress
Yeah.
of my mind, was great. And edibles really helped me as well. And so I have a great relationship with cannabis, man. We best friends.
Okay.
For
You
real.
cook? Do you? So you were at the cannabis every. Do you ever cook with cannabis?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even like cooking like that, to be honest. I'd rather not cook, but I don't cook with cannabis. I never really got that I never had that sauce to really, what is it called, decarb, or what is it, like break down the weed into the I never did it before, so I'm just like, you know what I'm saying. If I have cannabis butter,
it's super easy. It's super easy, and it's I'm sorry. You said if you had can of butter, what?
yeah. So if I had, I've cooked with can of butter a couple times, but I've never actually made the can of butter from scratch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's
Yeah.
your favorite dish that you think you would like to have medicated?
Ooh, I would say some chili. I don't know. I
Medicated
love
chili?
chili. Yeah, I would just want to see how that
That
feels.
does sound, and especially with the weather changing, that sound like that'll
Yeah.
be pretty fire. That sound like it'll be pretty fire. I
Yeah.
was thinking something probably, well, like Thanksgiving, because this was coming this week. I didn't know if you was gonna say something like that. I was like, I
Yeah.
wonder if he gonna say something from Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But
I don't really, um, I don't really rock with the holidays like that no more, like I used to, but
yeah,
that food still go crazy though.
yeah, it does. It does.
Uh-huh.
So the sweet potatoes, I'm telling you, whoever
Man.
making sweet potatoes this week and you're in the valley, please drop a comment because I will be coming to get a bowl of the sweet potatoes. As long as it ain't the shit with the marshmallows. I don't want the marshmallow sweet potatoes. I want the legit sweet potatoes that's cut in, like they cut like smothered potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to get right.
Yeah. Hook me up with it. Man. So um, what attributes does somebody really need to have to be successful in a position like yours?
My bad. Could you repeat that? It was kind of like not a little bit.
Okay. What attribute does someone need to have to be successful in a position like yours?
I would say definitely you have to be focused. You have to know what you want. You have to have a plan. That's first and foremost. Second, you got to be persistent. It's always gonna be folks. The biggest thing I'm learning right now as an entrepreneur, you got to learn how to, hear no, because a lot of people gonna tell you no before people tell you yes, and so just learning how to be persistent with what you want. No matter if anybody believes in your dream or your aspirations, you always gotta believe that you can accomplish whatever you want to. And so I would say persistent. Um, I would say you have to be organized. You gotta know. You gotta make sure what's going on with everything you have going on, and you just gotta be. You gotta have passion. You gotta love what you do. You know what I'm saying? You might not love it all the time. You might not love the in and out grind of what you're doing, but overall, you got a purpose behind that passion, and you believe in it, and you want to make a difference in your life and your family's life, and you just use that as the fuel. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be days where you feel like where you feel like you can't do it, or days where
Wholeheartedly agree.
So I feel like those traits will take you wherever you want, no matter what you're doing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you tried any other CBD cream? Probably think about the competition.
Have I tried any more? Nah, bro. We only rocking with Formvtion around here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We only rocking with
That's the
Formvtion.
only right answer right there.
Yeah. If it ain't Formvtion, it ain't it.
I feel you. Hey, so what's your favorite strain?
Ooh, my favorite strain. That's a tough one. Let me think about it. I know my favorite strain that I smoked that I remember. I would say Wi-Fi OG. Wi-Fi OG is fire, and I don't know if it was like the strain that I got in. It was like a Colorado strain, and it was just super fire, bro. Like I'm talking, one of those.
Yeah, you said what?
One of those strains where you hit it and your body just instantly get to like like vibrate, like you feel the strain
Man,
from the top to the bottom, and then you just in like this euphoria as well. It's
one of those blunts that you end up having to put out a little early. Like
I
this a
promise you.
personal? You sure?
Yeah, for real though.
Damn, yeah, it's a Wi-Fi OG.
Wi-Fi OG. But honestly, the strain that I smoke the most just is my favorite strain is Kush. Like I love OG Kush. I just like that smooth, that smooth, calm and high where you can, still get shit done and what I'm saying, feel productive. So the OG Kush always do it for me.
Have you tried Khalifa Kush?
I haven't tried it, but I always hear great things about it.
I asked that because I got to try it last year for the first time when I got my card out here, and it's a dispensary out here that sell it. And I was like, let me go get some of this and see if it's worth the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And like me, I'm always like trying to create something. So whether it's writing music or like doing something for a podcast or creating like visual something,
Mm-hmm.
I like having sativa or hybrid most of the time. And when I tell you like that was a pretty solid strain that, does the body good and, keep you mentally stimulated, you might want to try that.
Bet. I'm gonna have to tap in with it for sure. I want to shout out that Iverson strain. Have you heard that from Viola?
No, but I
Bro,
just saw that and I was like, I gotta find this in the valley.
bro,
Is there somewhere to find it in the valley?
not that I know of. I had got it from a guy who actually came from Cali. Yeah,
Damn.
but it's fine.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I mean I bet. Listen, I everything that comes out of California is pure gold.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sun grown weed in California is better than a lot of the weed that a lot of the dispensaries and the streets have
That's a
in
fact.
a lot of places and throughout the country.
But I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I love Cali weed, but I feel like sometimes that shit be too strong. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like
you say you don't need 36% THC,
bro, and then the edibles they be like 5 or 10 milligrams, but they be hitting like 50 or 60 milligrams. Like I never experienced nothing like that.
See,
But
I never had edibles really put me out like that. Like everybody, like, yo, I took like 100 milligrams, and I'd be like, that's all you took is 100, like. But then I'd be looking, I'd be like, yo, you do got a big body, LA. Like you got a little more frame than everybody. So yeah, 100 milligrams probably will sit they little ass down, but for
yeah.
you it ain't gonna do the same.
But you guys see what's up with them Cali edibles, though. They different. I'm telling you. I don't know if you ever tried them, but
I'm gonna have to get next time next time I'm out in San Diego, I'm gonna pick some up. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. We talked about that. Oh, have you been to any cannabis events out here? And what's your favorite event? Besides Canna Chef Phoenix, have you
Yeah.
been to any other cannabis events?
I've been to a couple. My favorite so far is they have one at Endgame. I don't know if you heard about it, but
What is it?
it was called it's called Endgame.
Okay.
It's like it's basically like this arcade kind of like spot where they had a whole bunch of video games set up, like all the old systems. They had the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, the
Damn, for
Dreamcast.
real?
Bro, I'm talking
Oh,
about
this was that event called Digital Haze?
yeah, bro. Oh my god, that
Oh
event
my
was
god.
so lit,
Yo,
bro. Digital Haze, that shit was lit.
bruh, I
So
heard
lit.
about this event the night of, and I was like, I really wish I was there. Like, it looked like it was so fucking dope.
Bro, it was so
And
dope.
like, yeah. So
I'm talking about
I'll definitely be trying to make next year's digital or next
mhm,
quarter's digital haze whenever they are doing the next digital haze.
you definitely got to check it out. Anybody watching it, y'all got to check it out too, because that was a great event all the way around. Like they put it together. They had great vendors. They was giving out dabs, and I got so high out there, like it didn't make no sense, like for real. So it was a dope event for sure.
Nice. What's your favorite way to medicate?
I would probably say smoking more than anything. I really like edibles as well. I like drinking tea. Tea gets me super, super high. Like I feel like more than anything.
You do more cannabis teas?
I do a little bit of tea, but I feel like for the most part, I'll probably either put it in a bowl or I'm putting it in a joint. I try to stay clean with it. I do a blunt every once in a while, but I try to stay away from the blunts.
Same.
Yeah. So either
go back to the dark side every now and then.
You got that.
Be like, damn, let me roll this swisher real quick. Or even like shit like this when you get like those pre-roll blunts and shit.
Yeah.
Like the Packwoods.
Sometimes you gotta make sure your roll game's still right. You know what I'm saying? See if you can pearl something up still.
Boy, and you look and be like, yeah, I rolled it. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, that's what's crazy because like I ain't never seen that many pre-rolls until I moved out here. Obviously, like it wasn't no dispos back home, and then like out here on the West Coast, motherfuckers be like, "Yeah, you bring something to smoke," and they be whipping out pre-rolls and shit. They be like, "What the fuck?
You want to smoke no pre-roll? What? Like I need to see what's in there."
Yeah,
for real.
All right, so if you had 24 hours to smoke and chill with anybody that's alive, who are you sitting and spending that 24 hours with?
Ooh, that's tough. So I smoked with Snoop Dogg already, so I can't say Snoop.
Damn, you smoked with Uncle Snoop?
I smoked with Uncle Snoop. I would honestly, I'll probably say Wiz just because Wiz just like he's probably like one of the top like goats when it comes to like cannabis culture,
especially in our generation.
Yeah, in our generation for sure. So I would
like I remember like college, my boy put me on Wiz. Like I heard say yeah, but like that was the only thing I had heard, and my boy was like, "What?" And he put me on this mixtape, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And ever since then, I was like, "Yeah, let me listen to that Wiz," and then we started grabbing Kush and OJ, and motherfucker had me rolling up and drinking orange juice like I'm some old ass. So yeah,
it's crazy because when I first actually listened to Wiz, I didn't even smoke, bro. So I wasn't even. I never smoked.
Just on that frequency.
Yeah, but I really I still fucked with Wiz. I'm like, he got lyrics, you know what I'm saying? I like his flow, like his deliverance, all of that. And then when I started to smoke, like it was way different. Like I started hearing the music different.
Yeah.
His beats next level, like bro, like I fuck with Wiz heavy. And then when I got put on, he got a YouTube channel, and he do like these blogs called Day to Day. And then I start seeing him like his little day to day.
I was just about to bring up the day to days
because
man, he got this song that I really, really need this nigga to release. He got this song called Bags, man. And I was watching this day to day, and it was a session he had with Stargate, the producer Stargate.
Oh yeah.
And then he was like playing some shit, and my comment under that video, and motherfuckers go to that comment like, "Yo, click on that." It's like at the 11-minute 29-second mark. This motherfucking song so hard, bro. This shit was like, "I got all this good weed on me, but I can't find no lighter." And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Yo, this nigga here, what the fuck?" And like the beat so hard, bro. Like when you get a chance, go look at that motherfucking video because it's like he really song, man. That shit's so fucking hard. And yeah, it's definitely that's a great choice to smoke with, person to chill with. You probably fuck around and knock out a couple mixtapes and within that 24 hours too.
right? Or should
But
be
man,
inspired or something.
for real, be inspired to create something. If you had 24 hours to spend and smoke and talk with anybody that's dead, any time frame, who would you do?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, I'm gonna say Pac. Like, I know I'm sticking to music, but I just feel
Yeah,
like Pac was so much more influential past music. Like, he has so
yeah,
many different viewpoints, and I feel like even me, I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't get to see Pac in his whole, career.
entirety.
But
Yeah, but
I've
he,
seen so much of like what he stand for, the way that he like moved. He moved so militant, and he was just a force, bro. Like, and I just really I really want to understand his mind and his and the things that he stand on and the things that he was pushing for. And I just really want to understand, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that would, allow me to see him. Like I already see him on, up here, but
yeah,
it'll be like
on an
crazy, you
even
know what I'm saying?
crazier
To really
level.
understand him internally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
So
one.
for sure.
All right, we are at the point where we about to go into the rapid questions. But before we do that, I found this new segment I'd like, and I give the floor to you. You can ask me any three questions that you would you like to ask, or yeah,
Okay. So, what made you, passionate about cooking?
about cooking.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those of you who ain't got the wide shot, I got a big ass gut, and um, growing up in a family where we had like Sunday meals at the grandma's, and holidays where we were going to a family member's house and everybody was cooking food and stuff like that. Seeing that, seeing that as a youngin, that helped me draw a love for food. Like my first time ever trying to cook was I was about 4 or 5, I think. Probably not even that, but I like snuck in my grandma's house through the cat door on the thing, and I like put a
Mhm.
bare plate on the stove with salt, pepper, and shit, and turned the stove on. About to start a fucking fire, and shit's wild. But yeah, just like family, helped me want to cook, because you also like when you cooking for family, you providing, nourishment, and you know that that's going a long way.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, for real, I like cooking for friends and family for the most part. But other than that, man, cooking for myself is what inspired me to cook. Wanting to be able to try different shit that people wouldn't dare to cook, or people wouldn't think about cooking, or shit that as of recently, shit that would help me, um, not only medically but um, physically. Like it helped me lose some weight, but it also helped me mentally with my mind, like with the mushrooms and all of that stuff. So
Mhm.
like eating those different things, your diet is truly important when it comes to fighting off disease and illness, and so that also triggered why I wanted to learn how to cook and stuff.
Got you. So, what would you say your best dishes?
Man, so before I say this, what's your favorite dish from back home?
Oh,
Like if you're going out to eat, do you fuck with the fried rice places?
oh, of course. You got to. If you from the St. Louis area, you say you don't fuck with the fried
Yeah.
rice, you got to get out. As simple as that.
So being out here, in AZ and in Cali, I hadn't been able to find a place that could duplicate what that
What we
rice is
used
like
to.
back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started like making fried rice and shit on my own.
Oh,
And I think that my medicated fried rice is probably my best dish.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I
I'm gonna have
think
to check you
that's
out.
it's yeah, man. Actually I'm gonna have to whip it up soon, bro. But I yeah, bro. It's definitely there we go. It's
Oh
nice, bro.
yeah.
It's
You got
nice.
the
It's
walk and
nice.
everything, huh?
Yeah, man. I had to. We got the medicated fried rice with some
Hmm.
fucking Coca-Cola wings. Shout out to my mama for the recipe for the Coca-Cola wings. But I had to try to duplicate what I was getting at home because I wasn't getting it at the restaurants out here. It's
Nah,
like,
for sure.
yo, yeah, I need to try to do this. And like, I think the fried rice in the St. Louis metro, East St. Louis area is the best fried rice in the world.
By far. And it's better. It's better than the Chinese. All of
Yeah.
that. Like no doubt. So my last question will be, what brought you out to Phoenix, to the Phoenix area?
Easy, man. You know what's crazy? See these two mics right there?
Hmm.
Like, I do music as well. And I went out to San Diego. I completely underestimated how expensive it is to live in San Diego. And my next option was to go home from San Diego or, like do something. And I was like, I'm not going back home.
Hmm.
I'm not going back home. I'm gonna find a way. And I had a friend who dad owned some schools out here and some charter schools out here, and he was like, "Yo, like we got this job opportunity, and you know, you want to move, you still want to do music and all this stuff." And I was like, "Bruh." I looked up the market. I was like, Phoenix, the fifth largest city in the country.
Hmm.
Like I come out here, I could build my shit, make a name for myself, and implement myself in this city and do what I need to do. And it was a no brainer. Like you know, it's close to San Diego as well, so like I like to go to the beach and shit. Like that was the main thing I liked about Cali. Like you could go all around to the beach within 15, 20 minutes, unless it's like crazy traffic.
Hmm.
But being out here, like I was able to implement myself out here and with my company, and I've been able to meet a lot of people, a lot of great people. And at first, it was like, am I really going? How am I going to like Arizona? But it was really like a natural fit once I got acclimated to everything out here. For real, I've met a lot of dope people, um, which is like tight because you don't expect that. You hear so much shit about this place like before you come here. Like what's crazy, the crazy one of the craziest things is like I used to hear all the time like how racist Arizona is.
Hmm.
Um, but one thing that I can say I have seen um, since I've been out here, I have seen a lot of potential and opportunity for people of color out here. And I'm sure it's taken a long time to get to that level of progress that I'm talking about. So I'm not discrediting anything anybody's had to go through before I got out here. But what I'm saying is, like, I've had a nice amount of opportunity out here, and I've definitely been taking advantage of the opportunities.
Hmm. Most definitely.
So I got five more questions for you, and it's the first thing to come to your mind.
Bet. Let's go.
What motivates you to work?
My family.
What talents would you most like to have?
The Gift of Gab.
If you had 3 superpowers, what would those 3 superpowers be?
Teleportation, super strength, and ability to read minds.
Teleportation, super strength, and the ability to read minds. That was 3 questions. And let's see. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Nothing. No.
Hey, no, for real. Yo, I've been waiting for somebody to say that, man. Like, keep it 100. Like, you know what's crazy? You smoked with Uncle Snoop. You know he dropped the album called I Want to Thank Me.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Right?
Huh?
Snoop Dogg dropped the album,
Yeah,
right?
Snoop Dogg got that I Want to Thank Me song or album.
Yeah,
Yeah, like what? Why not? Like, think about it. Like, who told you to make those decisions, yo? Like who was in your head telling you that?
No, that's
if it wasn't you, who are you thinking?
It's a fact. I would say though, if I could change something though, I would change not necessarily myself, but you know, we live in a small man's world. Everything is small. I'm 6'4", 320 pounds. Like everything is made for small. Like getting on the airport, getting on an airplane,
man.
The seat, so you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like we
duck your head down.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Just if I could fit into places a little bit better, that would be cool. But other than that, I wouldn't change nothing. I would. You know, I'm cool with how everything is.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What's your greatest achievement?
That's a tough one.
Right, because I mean, you won a Super Bowl. You started a company, a successful company that actually helps people, and it's not out price gouging. It's affordable, very great cream.
I would say my greatest accomplishment is making it out of Madison, Illinois. That's a great accomplishment in my eye. You know, a lot of people that's from where I'm from, they stay there. It's generations that's been there. You know, 3-4 generations. You know, and they ain't looking to move no time soon. So you know,
you gotta see outside of the city. Like it's so much of the planet. Like man, it's so much. It's so much going on, man. Like it's so many places to see, so many different foods to taste, so many different cultures to learn about, and you know, different languages to learn. And man, it's a beautiful world out there, man. It really is. My first time going out of the country was after I moved out here. I got to go out to Mexico, and that was a life changing experience, man. Like coming from the Midwest, it was like, you know, like most of the time, your parents or something was like, yeah, we can't, you know, we ain't going to Cali, let alone go to Mexico or you know, Canada, you know. So that was definitely a dope experience, being able to you know, see that out here, and it drove me to, you know what, I'm gonna do this for my family. I'm gonna bring them out here. I'm gonna take them to Mexico. I'm gonna show them, you know, you know, like these same things are going, you know, happen to me. Happen for, you know, the next people as it happened for me.
That's a fact, bro. I remember when I the first time I actually left out of Illinois, I took a plane to Florida, Orlando or something like that, and that just changed my whole perspective of life, bro. It opened me up, and it showed me, you know, there's more to life than, you know, where I'm at and what I'm experiencing. Because, you know, I didn't grow up like, I wouldn't say I grew up dirt poor. My family was, you know, my mom and dad, you know, they didn't show me, you know, whatever type of struggles they had going on. You know what I'm saying? I never really wanted for
make it look good, man. Our parents, they make it look good. Grandparents, they built different.
Yep, 100%. And so just getting out of the state and being able to see something different, man, it just showed me, you know what I'm saying, that I can that I can achieve, that I can, I can go out and experience the world. I don't have to be limited to, what I see in front of me. And so I think, being able to make it out and, what I'm saying, now my goal is, what I'm saying, create generational wealth so my whole family can make it out. And once that happens, that it ain't much better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
now, I know I said 5, but I saw one question on here that I gotta ask you, and then we could end this interview because I've definitely kept you for a longer time than I thought we were going to talk. But it's been a really insightful conversation, and we've been able to really chop it up, not just about the product, but about who you are and where you come from. And we've been able to learn a lot about, why it is what you do.
Mhm.
And my next thing is, what are you manifesting next? What do you see happening for yourself within the next 2 years?
The next 2 years, I'll be 30. Um, man, I'm looking to, I'm manifesting a woman. You know what I'm saying? I definitely need a woman.
I feel you. I
I
feel you.
need I
I
need
feel
me a
you.
woman. So manifesting
Yeah.
it because I want a family, man. I grew up as a with a really close family. I had my mom and dad, and so we've always been close. And just being away from my family and all, on my own. Sometimes I would love to have that companion and that partner. And so I'm definitely manifesting a partner.
Man,
Um,
cause those damn apps sure ain't cutting it, man. I done been on Tinder, I done been on Bumble. I'm telling Shorty like, yo, and was that plenty of fish? Man,
man.
none of that shit's been working, man. I was like, bruh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
bro. So
man. So Shorty's,
definitely a
look, we know that the winter time is coming up. Get y'all a nice, hefty young man like myself and Vince, you know. He got a Super Bowl ring, and I'm about to win a Grammy. So let's let just know that we both on the market, ladies.
ladies. What's up?
Let's make that happen. You know what I mean? DMs flooded right now. Right now. Look at that. Now,
Ah,
right now. Right now. I love it. I love it.
but
Well, Vince,
also,
man, huh?
I wanted
Go
to
ahead.
give you one more thing that I'm manifesting, man. I'm manifesting peace. Honestly, um, transitioning away from ball, and having to really just, basically recreate and transition into who I'm becoming. It comes with a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that I have to deal with, and it's a lot of work that I had to put in to get back to a state of peace. And so in the next 2 years, I want to be at a state of peace. I want to be in a state of peace. It doesn't matter, what I have or who's in my life or whatever the case may be, but I want to be at a constant state of peace.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Vince, may peace come your way, my brother. This was an amazing conversation, man. Congratulations on the success, and congratulations on the success that has yet to come. I can't wait to sit down with you and smoke and drink. I'm sure we gonna have to get together. Let me know when you're back in town because we'll definitely have to smoke it out, man. And this was a great talk, man. This was a great talk. I had a really good time learning about your company. Real quick for the people who are watching, you can find it at Find Formation. I mean, you can find Formation. I'm no high as shit, y'all. You can find Formation at formation.com, and Formation spelled with a V. Yeah, I definitely just said smell. I'm too high to end this episode, ladies and gentlemen. That was a really good terp stick. Shout out to Mad Terp Labs. Shout out to Vince Valentine. Thank you. My bad. Super Bowl champion Vince Valentine. Thank you for hopping onto the show. I
Appreciate you,
appreciate
family.
you, man. Yes, sir. And definitely let's link. Can't wait to
Definitely.
talk to you next time.
Yes, sir.